Welcome to St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest continuously inhabited European-founded city in the United States. This isn't just any tourist town on the Florida coast. It's a living, breathing museum filled with centuries of stories, wars, cultures, and mysteries. Today, we'll explore why St. Augustine is one of the most unique cities in America, from its Spanish roots to pirate invasions. From ancient forts to mysterious legends, this city is unlike any other place you've ever seen. So sit back and enjoy the fascinating journey through time in St. Augustine. St. Augustine was started on September 8, 1565, by Spanish Admiral Pedro Menendez. That makes it the oldest city in the United States, even older than Jamestown and Plymouth. But why was this place so important? The Spanish wanted to protect their shipping routes and claim as much land as they could in the New World. Before the British and French arrived, St. Augustine was their answer, a stronghold that guarded the Florida coastline. Over the next 2 centuries, the city would face pirate raids, Native American attacks, and even battles between European powers trying to control the region. But St. Augustine survived and grew stronger. One of St. Augustine's most famous landmarks is the Castillo de San Marcos, the oldest masonry fort in the continental United States. Built in 1672 by the Spanish, this fort was made from a special type of limestone called coquina, made of compressed seashells. Coquina made the fort almost impossible to destroy. The walls could absorb the shock of cannonballs rather than breaking apart. That's why no enemy force ever managed to take this fort by military force. British, pirates, and even the American army attacked, but Castillo de San Marcos stood firm. Today, you can visit the fort, walk along its walls, and even see old cannons and soldier barracks from centuries ago. Throughout its history, St. Augustine has flown many flags. The Spanish ruled first, but the British captured the city in 1763. Then the Spanish took it back in 1783, until finally, in 1821, the United States gained control. Each culture left its mark. Architecture, food, religion, and even the city's language changed with every shift in power. This is why walking in St. Augustine feels so unique. You'll see Spanish colonial buildings next to British-style homes and American influences everywhere. No other U.S. city blends European history in this way. St. Augustine is also called one of the most haunted cities in America because of its long, sometimes violent history. The St. Augustine Lighthouse, for example, is said to be haunted by the spirits of 2 young girls who died there. Visitors claim to hear giggles, footsteps, and see shadows. The old jail, used from 1891 to 1953, is rumored to be filled with restless spirits of former prisoners. And let's not forget the Castillo de San Marcos, where ghosts of Spanish soldiers are said to appear late at night. Ghost tours run every evening, attracting visitors from all over the world looking for supernatural experiences. Another famous St. Augustine legend is the Fountain of Youth. According to the story, Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de Leon searched Florida for a magical spring that could keep people young forever. Some believe he found it in what is now St. Augustine. You can visit the Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park, drink from the spring, and learn the legend's full story. Whether or not it works? Well, that's up to you to decide. Or something most people don't know. St. Augustine was home to the first free African settlement in the United States. In 1738, escaped slaves from the British colonies fled to Spanish-controlled Florida. They were promised freedom in exchange for converting to Catholicism and serving in the local militia. They built Fort Mose, just north of the city, a symbol of hope and liberty for African Americans, long before the Civil War. Today, Fort Mose Historic State Park preserves this powerful and inspiring part of American history. Even with all this history, St. Augustine isn't stuck in the past. The city today is a vibrant mix of old and new. Horse-drawn carriages pass by modern cafes. Tourists buy ice cream steps away from centuries-old churches. Street, the oldest street in the U.S., is now filled with art galleries, small shops, and hidden courtyards. And the city's beaches are some of Florida's best-kept secrets, perfect for relaxing after a day of exploring history. Want to know what locals love? Here are some hidden gems in St. Augustine. 1. The love tree, a palm and an oak growing as one. Legend says couples who kiss under it will stay together forever. 2. St. Augustine Distillery serving handcrafted spirits with free tours and tastings. 3. The oldest wooden schoolhouse, a charming little building frozen in time. 4. Secret courtyards and gardens behind historic homes, peaceful escapes that most tourists miss. St. Augustine isn't just the oldest city in America, it's one of the most magical, mysterious, and beautiful places you'll ever visit. Every street, building, and monument tells a story. Every legend, true or not, adds to its charm. If you love history, culture, and a little mystery, St. Augustine is a must-see. So what part of St. Augustine surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more amazing city explorations. See you in the next adventure.